What's up, guys? Welcome to another recap of the S&P 500. Today is Wednesday, February 17th, 2021. Just a couple of things is, looking at the daily chart, first of all, we're looking at a green day. Now, yesterday when I ended up making the video, I said the pivot point for the following day was going to be this orange line, right? I said if it opens below, you're probably going to see a red day. If it opens at or above, at you neutral, right? Above, you might have a green day, right? So what ended up happening was this bottom of the candle. This is where we opened up, right? We opened up quite far below this candle. And what ended up happening in the morning is it looks like it ended up making a low. And as you can see, the low ended up touching one of the lines that we had going. And pretty much one quick way to sum up what the price action has been for the past week has been sideways. So, if you compare, this candle, which was, 1, 2, 3, 4, which was 4 or 5 days ago, to how the price action was today, it was very much similar. You got a lot of people trying to sell off the market and, you found strength. You got a lot of people selling off the market and you found strength, and people trying to sell off the market in the morning, and, the strength of the buyers coming back to buy it and keep the price afloat. One thing too to notice is that sometimes the market will end up happening is, um, you know, you'll get a move up and then you'll get a consolidation for a while. And the reason for that is because it gives your moving averages time to catch up to the price. Because historically, these are going to be your moving supports and resistances. And the longer it's up here, the higher and higher these are going to climb up, right? So as of right now, like we're still in a good region. The 4,000 level for the SPY 400 is still in play. Now, if we look at what ended up happening today at the 1 minute chart, you started off today. You started off. I said the orange line was going to be our pivot. We started off somewhere low, between one of these channels. You got to sell off in the morning, right? And it found a quick spike. And where was the spike? It was right here at the purple line, 389.40. And when it found this bounce, it pushed through, our first resistance level. And it actually ended up pushing all the way to this red line, which was one of the lines a while back ago that I said, keep an eye out on that line, right? You saw the bounce. You saw that these lines, they're important. And you see here, the lows. You see acceleration up when it breaks, acceleration down when this breaks, and then some consolidation here around the purple area, and then after the midday, once the sellers couldn't push down the price anymore, it was pretty much just shorts closing the positions and longs going long. And you saw some consolidation on this number. Once it's broke, again, you saw a big candle going up, and then it failed to really break down all the way to the next level. And if you look at the close, it actually ended up closing at the orange number. So the fact that it actually ended up closing at this number, and actually a little above, despite starting the day all the way down here, is actually a very bullish sign. It's telling us that, like, this market is not ready to sell off. In fact, it might even be ready to keep moving. I wouldn't be surprised if this market ends up trading sideways, for 1 or 2 more days. Lets the moving averages catch up, and then from there, it rocket rides up. So I haven't necessarily removed the lines. They are kind of annoying to see throughout the day when you're trading. But one thing to note too is that if you have to let the moving averages catch up. Once you let those catch up, you're pretty much looking at a much higher support, and it's essentially the pattern of a bull flag. I'll go ahead and show it to you guys what it looks like on the daily. Bull flag is one of those where to show you guys a drawing. It's one of those where you get a move up, and then you get sideways motion for a couple days, And then, after this consolidation, it rips up again, right? It makes its next leg up. Where should we see the next move to? I'm expecting around the 400 level. And, that's kind of a level that a lot of institutions are also looking at. So just to show you guys how it looked like in the past, this is another, bull flag. And then this right here, this was a high. Look how long it took to break this high. And look how many days it traded, within this range, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So 15 divided by 5, that's 3 weeks. It took about 3 weeks, to finally break above this. And once it finally broke, above this candle right here, you could see that the market, started making its next leg up. And in fact, let me go ahead and remove the drawing. In fact, if you were to, show the studies, big move up quickly, trades sideways, lets the moving averages catch up, and then, keeps moving up. And then, found support on the moving averages, and it's pretty much what it's bounced on this whole time. Now, this time it broke through, right? However, it rocketed up very quickly. So now, same thing again. It needs to let the moving averages catch up, because that's going to be your moving support and resistance. So for right now, that's all I have on the table for you guys. You have any questions, just drop in the comments, and then, we'll go ahead and recap the market tomorrow. I did say I was going to remove these lines because it looks like there's so many lines and stuff on the thing. But if you're looking, it's going to be useful for me tomorrow when I do look at the S&P 500, because these are the numbers in which you want to be taking trades. So, as soon as we start moving away from this range, I'll remove the lines. But right now, since we're still kind of like in this range, I'm gonna go ahead and keep them. I know it is annoying, but I'm assuming the majority of my viewers are probably, newer. So I want you guys, to keep visualizing this, to keep understanding that why does it get these fluctuations? Well, look, these numbers, they keep appearing over and over again, right? And the more they appear, the more you know that they're still relevant, right? So for example, this gray line, while it was relevant yesterday, it might not be as relevant today. And then if it doesn't appear again, it's one of those things where you kind of just, you take it off the table, and, you don't look at it. So like, for example, it was important on this day, which was February 12th. And because it was also important on this day, and, it was very important on the 9th, on the 10th. So, if it's not acting as support or resistance anymore, it's one of those things that you kind of have to